Now for the track guide. Before starting, if you want to improve at a quicker pace, check out GITGUDracing.com. I have a lot of courses that can help you with that, specifically one for this car. But now going into the track guide itself, reference for braking for turn 1 will be the 50-meter board. You want to open up the corner as much as you can because when you're turning in, you should be almost brushing the grass on the right side. And because we're braking downhill, it's super important to release the brakes quickly. We're almost braking like in a Formula car here. You don't want to hold a lot of pressure. So you want to drop them quickly because the front tires will get overworked as the gravity is pulling weight on the front nose of the car. So in second gear, dropping the brakes, and then you need to wait so that you can take a late apex. So notice that we're fully committing to mount the curb on the very end of it. Like if you're looking at this green big part of the curb, we're avoiding it, and when this ends on the left side, that's the moment when we fully mount the curb. So we need a late apex because a late apex is gonna give us an exit where we can take advantage of the big straight in front. So pushing the throttle when we hit the curb, and then right now for the next corner, upshifting to third a little bit quicker, dropping the throttle a little, and then putting back on so that we're using all the track, but also we don't do a lot of modulations with the throttle. This is an important exit, and it's going to be a bit different. This was done with a fixed setup. If you have a different setup, maybe not for the Ferrari fixed, maybe you're just doing GT3s at Interlagos, you can be a little bit more aggressive. Go Setups can help you with that. They have amazing setups. We have a 10% discount code, so if you're interested into that, link will be in the video description. But now for the next corner, this concrete on the right side will be our reference for braking. So as you're approaching it, you're seeing it from the distance, you will be braking at it, you will be hugging the white line in third gear, turning and downshifting to second gear before reaching the curb. Super important so that we get that engine braking in. Once again, this elevation change will make the grip levels feel a little bit different, especially on the front end of the car. So we want to mitigate it a bit with the downshift. So brushing this curb, you can even cut a bit more than this and it's still going to be fine. But important here, don't put your right tires on the green, like all the way to the green, because you will take an off track. So avoid it. And now heading towards the fast right-handers. Reference for braking will be this Marshall post on the left side with number 10 on it. Past it, you're going to be applying the brakes, but you want to brake very soft and hold it for longer. We want to keep the minimum speed ups here. So look, third gear, trailing, hitting our first apex, letting the car get a little bit wider, but not very wide, center of the track, and still holding the brakes, And before hitting the second curb, we have to push the throttle because we have a lot of space on the exit and we need to take advantage of it. So pushing the throttle, hitting the curb, that's going to be a very important checkpoint. And now holding 100% throttle so that the car will get into this position. And the moment that you start to straighten up a little bit the steering, then you will be braking. Make sure that you have this drain almost in the middle of the car. It's not exactly the middle of the car, but you can use it as a reference to find the limit without taking an off track. Another reference will be this ending of the green, to have the tires in the green. And now in second gear, we want to turn a bit later. So make sure not turning very early because we have to cut all the way through. And we'll go to first gear as we get closer to the corner. Once again, using the engine braking to our advantage. Soft braking around here, 6%. So if you're braking very hard and then quickly dropping, that's not going to work. It's better to brake softer and hold it for longer just because of all these elevation changes that are working against us. So now for the next corner in first gear, we will keep first gear engaged and trail brake and then just follow this curbing. Going into second gear, using all the track on the way out, all the way to the grass, and now pointing the car towards this tree. Before the tree, you're going to be applying the brakes. It's a bit uncomfortable because you're pointing towards the left and turning towards the right, but it's still a little bit quicker than not using the space. So in second gear, at turn in, and while you're still braking, you should be using this white line. Now, going into first gear, as you get closer to the apex, trail braking and pushing the throttle while you're mounting the curb. You can even cut a little bit more than this and it's still gonna be fine, but make sure you're not cutting the space on the exit for two reasons. One, it's very easy to take the off track, and two, you won't properly position the car for this corner right here, because even though it's flat out, you have to upshift early. If you listen to the Hotlap with just the engine sound, you will notice that we were upshifting quite early here before the engine hit the rev limiter. So make sure you're doing that, because we want the rear tires to be in a good position, because if the tires will overheat here and we will slide a little bit the rear, we have a little bit of wheel spin because of this corner trying to get it flat out without upshifting earlier, then the rear tires will be cooked for the next corner, and this corner leads to a big straight. We need the rear tires to push the car on the exit, so make sure you're upshifting earlier or you're doing a small lift, and make sure not going very wide in the previous corner so that you're able to do this. You see, it's a chain reaction, it can easily go wrong. And now heading towards the last corner of the track, make sure you're using all this space right here. You can barely brush this green part. Braking as let's go a little bit back so you can properly see. Braking as you finish this curbing, you start going to be applying the brakes in second gear, getting very close with the trail brake. Notice the shape. We have to trail brake a lot. Up until you get the middle of the corner, you will be staying on the brakes, and look how much we're cutting here. Super important. Then push the throttle. You have to moderate a little bit. It's fine if you're using this part of the curb. It's a little bit risky to go deep, so I would suggest using a bit less than what we did here. But in short, that's the lap, because now you're just gonna keep the tightest line possible, just hugging this left side, and that's pretty much it. So once again, if you want to improve at a quicker pace, GITGUDRacing.com, go setups, and I'm looking forward to see you in the next one. Bye bye.